I've welcome to Throne Room, the AZANIA edition, the iconic, intellectual, and indispensable feminism. And as we were disappearing a couple of weeks back, and we're back on the road, back on track. All right. So today we're going to be having a chat about the Gambia. Gambia. It's a very interesting country. Has a lot things we can chat about, but I've compacted it down into something that's less than 10 minutes. So you're able to have a chat with friends from Gambia or have a dinner conversation about Gambia and okay. So this is Dr. Isatal Toure. She is an activist. She has a grassroots non-governmental organization that fights against the female genital mutilation. She has also been part of the Traditional Practices Committee in Gambia. She is also a development practitioner, and she has also contributed to the idea of intersectional feminism. So she looks at feminism from a point where um, you are a woman, you are of color, and you are from the global south. So that kind of feminism is going to be very different from the Western influenced um, non-racial discriminated, non-racially discriminated women. So that those two feminisms are different because there's not many intersectionalities to it. But she goes into great lengths about that. She's an amazing mother of four. She has ran as a president. She has ran for president of the Gambia, and in 2016, she's a recognized politician, well-respected woman. Right. Then we move to Advocate Fatal Bensouda. She is a lawyer by profession. She was an attorney general in Gambia. She was a former minister of justice, and she is a chief prosecutor at the International Crimes Court, and she's done a great job for herself. She's done really well. She's gone to great heights. Then we have to talk about the geography of the country. So, Gambia is not a landlocked country. We need to correct that. So, Swaziland and Lesotho are landlocked, but Gambia is not. Because they have a port and they have their own in and out exit set for the country. Okay, it's one of the smallest inland African countries, and it only has one neighboring country which makes it special, and that's Senegal. Right? The country has 5 regions. The capital city is Banjul. Now I'm bringing before you these natural hazards because I want young people to come up with solutions as to how we can help Gambia with things like drought, deforestation, desertification, and waterborne diseases. Okay. Then we have important dates in history. So in 1965, there was this wave of independence. I don't know where South Africa was, but there was just wave of independence. And Gambia became independent in 1965. And the first president was President Jawahara, right? Then in 1994, it was a symbolic year, really, because, for South Africa, that was a big year. But in 1994, there was a coup d'etat in Gambia, and the long-standing president was then a lieutenant, and he took over the state in a coup d'etat. His name is Anyaha Jamaha. And then in 2004, in 2004 he announced oil reserves in Gambia, and that put Gambia on the map. There was so much global interest in Gambia, and then he also then introduced the jailing of journalists. And one of his greatest critiques was shot dead He was an editor and a journalist by profession. He was shot dead for voicing out his criticism of the jailing of journalists. We didn't get you his name, so we don't spread rumors. I don't believe in spreading rumors, yo. It's not how we do it on this side. Um, his name was Diada Haidara. He was shot dead. And then move on to 2010. There was a death penalty. It was a death penalty, right? Introduced for the possession of heroin and cocaine in a bid to discourage international drug trafficking. And then in 2016, the government had a big crackdown on opposition leaders. And unfortunately, in that year, one of the greatest opposition leaders, Ibrahim Solo Kuruma, died in the custody of police. And that sparked a lot of interest in the country and how the election goes. And then in 2017, the former long-standing president since 1994 decided to go into exile after threats of military intervention from other neighboring West African countries. Yeah. President over 2 decades. Same president. Interesting. Gambia relates to the world. They have rough wood, continents, coconuts, Brazil, nuts, cashews, some wood, refined petroleum, for sure. We've spoken about refined petroleum and cashews and stuff in previous videos. We're checking out. And that was the AZANIA edition of Iconic Intellectual. I'm just going to see you next week.